and it was so fast that they're still adjusting to it. We went from wide open doors, open all day, sit where you want, have yourself as much coffee as you want, to one at a time. Here's a to-go meal. Here's your coffee. You can't stay long because there's a lineup, and so it's been a tough adjustment for a lot of our folks. They're resilient as all get out, and they're getting there. It's been a tough adjustment for us. Um, we're prepping meals that we normally prep. We're trying to think at the end. We're trying to think of where are we where are we putting the meal? We're putting the meal in a to-go tray, so it's got to be prepared to go into a to-go tray. So a lot of the stuff is that we're prepping now is built around the to-go tray rather than how healthy can it be, et cetera, et cetera. We're still working towards a healthy meal as much as we can. We understand it's more difficult for them now. There's a lot more. You know what? There's a lot more walking for these folks. They're doing a whole lot more walking. Their energy levels are down, so we're trying to work on that as well.
Another issue that hasn't had to be raised before, keeping everybody in line. Yes, there is security now at the gathering place.
We know the police are doing a great job, and we respect that. We respect that the police are coming by and they're telling our folks about spacing. They've been so good. We had an officer here, I think yesterday or the day before, and he was so good to just talk to them about, this is the 6 feet, this is why we're doing it, here's the potential that can happen, and it was great, and we get it. Some of our folks still aren't getting it, but we're outside now. We now have somebody outside monitoring the 6 foot distance and things like that, to make sure that everybody's trying to adhere as best we can. Again, we've had to bring somebody that would have been serving trays and so forth. Now they're outside doing patrolling. But it'll be about a week, and then everybody will get a handle on it, and then we'll be back to normal.
But the big question is, when will back to normal be?
I think when we first started it, we were a little bit scared. I think we've got into a really good routine. I think the team here has been amazing. It's been mainly our part-time staff. We're now bringing in a couple of key volunteers, one here, one there, very, very low-key. Our volunteers have been so great. We've been in a lot of contact with our volunteers. A lot of them are very frustrated because it's not them, it's their families that are saying you can't go in there, you've got to stay home. So when we can get volunteers that are saying, you know what, I'm okay to come in, we're not at the age group, we're not at the risk factor, do you need our help? We might bring them in for a couple hours, but it's going to be mainly us, and our biggest fear is the burnout. So we're working really hard on that with staff to make sure they take their own time, they take some personal time, even if it's doing a lot of work upstairs and things like that. It's about taking some personal time to relax.